Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Tibbetts and I am an operations associate here at Tobias Financial Advisors, and I'm so excited to share that we recently updated our quarterly client portfolio statement. As we're moving into a new quarter, we wanted to make a video to briefly go over the changes that we've made so that you can better understand your new quarterly client statement. The first change you'll notice are the colors. We really wanted to put our stamp on these reports and capture the look and feel that you get when visiting Tobias Financial Advisors. With the rich blues and the soft grays, it really makes the report come together, providing your information with a clean and modern look that's consistent with our brand. Now let's go through sections of the report together using a sample household. Starting at the top, we begin the same way as we did with the previous version of the quarterly client statement, with the Managed Portfolio Overview table. This table lists only the managed accounts from your household and will display account title, account type, and custodian. For security purposes, account numbers have been hidden and only show the last 4 digits. One change that we have made in this section is the addition of the beginning value and the net change. So now you can see how the market value has changed compared to the previous quarter. Next is the allocation summary. This section shows you how your assets are allocated between these asset categories. Aside from the TFA branded colors, the only change we have made here is moving the tactical asset category to the bottom of the section. The next section is the activity summary. Here you can see a breakdown of the activity that occurred within your managed portfolio for a given date range. At the bottom of the table, we include both time-weighted return and internal rate of return calculations. One change we've made was adding the footnotes to help explain the difference between TWR and IRR. We won't get into the specifics of those calculations in this video, but feel free to reach out to your advisor for more information. Next is the invested value graph. This graph shows how much you've invested since inception, less any distributions you've taken along the way, and compares that to what your market portfolio is worth today based on its market value. The only change made here was adding the footnote at the bottom of the graph. Now we are getting into the performance section of the report, and it begins with the performance history table. This table shows the performance of your managed portfolio for a given date range at the bottom of the table, but also breaks out the performance calculations across the asset categories that make up your household. This way, you can see how each category performed for the selected date range. The next section is the portfolio details section, which displays a list of all the investments held in your managed portfolio and organizes them by their asset category. For example, bonds, or investments that derive their value from debt securities, such as bond ETFs and bond mutual funds held in your managed portfolio, would be listed under the fixed income section. Breaking down the holdings in this way makes it easier to see what percentage of your portfolio is held within a particular investment. This is much different from how we used to display this information in the previous version of the quarterly client statement, which used to list all the investments by account. This made the statement much larger than it needed to be and required manual calculations to determine how much of your portfolio was held within a particular investment, since that investment could be present across multiple accounts in your portfolio. So we made the decision to do away with the account level detail and focused instead on what exposure your portfolio has to the overall investments that make up your household. If you would like to know the detail of your portfolio holdings by account, you can visit our client portal or view your custodian statements online, such as the ones you receive from Charles Schwab. The next section I'm going to cover will only apply if you have unmanaged accounts that we've been given access to. If you don't have unmanaged accounts, then feel free to skip to the Statement of Management Fees section of this video. The Unmanaged Accounts Summary table is very much like the Managed Portfolio Overview from the top of the report. This section lists out all of your unmanaged accounts that are not managed by our service agreement. We added the same new features as we did the Managed Portfolio Detail, So you can still see the change in market value of the unmanaged accounts listed here from the beginning of the period. The unmanaged asset details section lists out the holdings in your unmanaged accounts and provides units, price, and market value as of the period and date for the quarter. For this section, we found it helpful to break out the holdings by account, since ultimately you are managing those investments at your discretion. Finally, we have come to the last section of the quarterly client statement, and that is the statement of management fees. This page provides you with the total calculated management fee based on billing market value of your managed portfolio and shows what your average fee rate is for the quarter. For example, an annual rate of 1% would have an average quarterly fee rate of 0.25%. This section will also itemize any billing adjustments like credits or billing notes that might be unique to your agreement. We also have a footnote at the bottom of this table explaining that this is not a bill, but a calculation of management fees, which we will deduct from your accounts. At the bottom, we also display the current standard fee schedule for the service we are providing. We sincerely hope that you enjoy the new format of the client quarterly statement as much as we do. But we also understand that change can be an adjustment, so please feel free to reach out with any questions about the new layout by giving us a call at our office at 954-424-1660, and we'll be happy to help.